In 1900, when Rudolf Diesel invented, do you want to have a guess, the diesel engine, he thought that introducing combustible gas into the system could make the burning of the diesel fuel more efficient, but he wasn't able to work out how to do it. But now a couple of brothers from Dungog have.
Disgusting, isn't it? All that soot is unburnt fuel escaping into the atmosphere.
Soot means the engine is not being used efficiently and is wasting a lot of power.
Tek is a new LPG injection system for diesel engines.
It uses a computer and multiple sensors to meter and inject LPG into the engine, burning the diesel more efficiently.
There are other diesel LPG systems, but our invention uses less LPG to produce better results.
That's because the computer constantly measures the engine load, speed and exhaust temperature.
And uses the information to inject the exact amount of LPG at exactly the right time, all the time. Our invention saves fuel, reduces emission and increases power.
And who wouldn't want that?
Please welcome from Dungog, just north of Newcastle, Derek and Bruce Watkins. Thanks for coming in. G'day.
Well done, Tony.
Yeah, very good. Now, there's a problem with diesel engines. They're theoretically more efficient than petrol, is that right?
That's true.
They're usually only about 80%
Around
efficient,
80%,
aren't they?
yeah.
And the other 20% of fuel comes out as...
It's burnt soot, basically.
Soot,
Smoke
black smoke, carbon emissions,
Yep.
destroying the world.
All the nasty things.
All that sort of stuff. And putting a specific amount of LPG into the mix, and it has to be an exact, precise percentage.
Has to be exactly
But you don't want to say what it is, do you?
No, it's top secret.
Why don't you want to say?
Oh, it's part of our
Secret ingredient.
secret ingredient.
OK, but if you can... What you've done is managed to regulate that so it's always consistently exactly the same amount, which is the hard bit, means that the engine will run... How?
It'll run cleaner,
Yep.
it'll run more efficiently,
Yep.
improves your fuel economy.
OK, so instead of using a whole lot of fuel, you'll use about 3/4.
Yep, you use about 1/3 less fuel.
Add a bit of LPG and you use 1/3 less fuel.
Yep.
It'll be more powerful.
Yep.
And what about the emissions?
The emissions are greatly reduced.
OK. Using all this stuff, including this very clever box, is how you do it. And it costs about $5,000 for a four-wheel drive.
Yep, just on $15,000 for a heavy vehicle.
Right, but a big market in trucks, right?
It is.
Yeah.
Basically on those, like most of the $15,000, they get that back, within 3 to 6 months with the driving that they do.
3 to 6 months.
Yeah, they can save themselves the $15,000 back.
OK. Now come over to the panel. So if you can say to car manufacturers or drivers, you put this in, you've got a capital outlay, but you'll make your money back in 6 months, or in the four-wheel drive a couple of years or 1 year. Plus you can swap it from vehicle to vehicle.
That's the best part about it. Is once you finish with this vehicle, we can take the system back off, fit it to your new cars. You don't have the original outlay. You can just keep moving that from one vehicle to the next.
It's a bolt-on, bolt-off system.
Right, very easy to retrofit. Bernie, what do you
love that,
think?
because other people have been tinkering around, adding fixed amounts of LPG, but you've made it respond in real time to the requirements of the vehicle. You're saying you're getting how much more percentage, like about another 20% efficiency, 15%?
Yeah, we can usually go from 78%. We've had it on the gas analysers, at 99%.
Really? OK.
So we're right there, the only sort of percent we're still missing out on.
Now, pre-ignition's been a problem in the past with adding LPG to diesel.
It certainly has, and that's the biggest fear of most people that look at LPG systems is the older systems out there that have caused the engine damage. And with our system, it's basically 100% controlled. We actually respond to what the engine's doing, where other systems will just put the LPG in and aren't looking to see what the damage or what the engine's actually doing.
And doesn't it actually make your engine last longer?
Yes, it does. The increased efficiency reduces the carbon build-up in the oil. The carbon build-up in the oil acts as an abrasive, wearing the engine out.
Christine?
Yeah, I think you've got such an enormous market out there, the potential for this. So how does it compare with all those other supposedly environmentally friendly cars out there, those petrol hybrids, now the diesel hybrid about to come out, the gas hybrid they're saying is a very good option for people wanting to be greener. How does yours compare with those?
The main difference really with ours is ours can be retrofitted to older vehicles, improving their emissions as well as their fuel savings.
James?
How robust is your system, and does it need to be recalibrated or maintained often?
Yeah, the robustness has been one of the design factors in the system. We use self-resetting fuses. It's all surge protected. It uses a waterproof plug. It's waterproof to 1.5 metres. It's everything we can make it as robust as possible.
Because I know you've put in over $1 million of your own money.
Yep.
But you don't look like you're fretting yet.
No, that's
In fact, there's smug little smiles, I think. Summing up.
Looking up.
Look, it's a really intelligent approach, and I think, you know, if I were to outlay $5,000, I'd probably get some of that back on the LPG rebate as well. So
back.
$2,000, yeah.
timing's perfect.
$3,000 in Western Australia.
Wow.
Well, it's certainly the answer for people like me who drive a people mover and feel terrible about it. So congratulations for that.
Look, in these days, identifying waste and removing it from a system is a surefire way to success. So you're helping the environment and saving money. Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good on you, and helping your own mortgages to get
Which are quite large at the moment.
Good. I mean, it takes real bravery, I think, to put your hand in your pocket to that depth. So I hope it goes really well for you.
Thank you.
Please thank Derek and Bruce Watkins. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Good on you.
Bring them on design for me. Some of them more overtly than others. Some it's all internal, but the design is there,
Yeah, I think for me the thing that separated them was originality, and there it's within the design, I guess, but in the Tek system, using the needle point valve that constantly calculates and measures in conjunction with the computer system, to use that in a way to make the diesel much more efficient is just fantastic.
Because anything else out there, it jumps in increments, doesn't it? And this one is just slowly...
continuous rather than discrete. It's really
Although
nice.
I guess the others are quite original as well. So the dry eyes, for example, as you said, holding, you know, actually having something to hold on to and freeing out the back of the head. There have been other shields
Well, there is a
but
shield that you can... It has a handle at the front, and it's designed for the parent to hold on to it.
Yeah, good. Give the parents more to do.
Yeah, you can't. But, I mean, I guess, you know, what I'm saying is that there is something you hold on to. I guess you could ask the children to hang on to that handle, but certainly the stereo guitar, if ever you've seen anything that looks original, that's sure looks original.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
For better or worse, you know.
Although there are
but,
other guitars with a hole on the top as well, as I understand.
Not necessarily the two with the extra volume of guitar at one end.
And effectively having two soundboards and having the big area for the bass and the
smaller one for the treble.
And I think it's simplistic to say there are other guitars with another hole in the top, because the work that's gone into the balancing of the two ends with the two holes is completely different to just moving the hole.
All right, what about, which one's going to sell?
Oh, Dry Eyes is going to sell in a second. I think it will.
I'm
think not a parent, but...
for me, the winner in marketability is actually the Tek. I think if the return on investment, especially for large vehicles where you're using a lot of diesel already, and if you can have a 3 to 6 month payback, that's a huge opportunity.
Who then is the winner tonight, James?
I think tonight it is really tough, especially around the design aspects. I agree with that. But for me, the winner tonight is actually the Tek.
Yep.
I think that's great in terms of need and marketability.
Anyone disagree with that?
I won't be getting one because I don't have a diesel vehicle. But yeah, I agree. It's it for me.
Yeah, I think it has to be the Tek tonight. The other two are just beautiful, beautiful inventions. I'm really pleased we've had them on.
All right, but the winner is unanimously Bruce and Derek Watkins and their Tek. Well done, guys. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well done. Well done. Congratulations. They will be in the running to be named our Inventors of the Year.